Hi guys, it is week 1 of Gospel Project and I am so excited to jump into this study and see what God has for us as we take these kids through the entire Bible over the next couple of years. And so where do we start this week? We start at the very beginning. So we're in Genesis 1. So I encourage you to take a few minutes and read through Genesis 1, pray, and just spend some time with God, thinking about what He has done as He created us, how He designed us, and how He is creative, and all of these things. So take a look at the blog also. I'll include in the email, and so there's lots of exciting ways to dig a little bit deeper so that your small group can be even more effective. So just to recap from our meeting last week, we will be doing a 10-minute block pre-large group. So from now on, we're going to be starting right on time and move into our large group, our social kind of time of small groups, and that again will be 10 minutes long. So this week, first, second, and third graders are all doing the same thing during that time. You will get a different looking small group sheet from here on out. On this side will be the focus for the week, the Bible passage, the story that we're focusing on, the key passages for the entire unit. So this unit is 6 weeks, so we'll be focusing on this passage, and then the big picture question. So that's the thing that we want the kids to walk away being able to answer in a quick, efficient, timely manner. We want them to really know what this means. So this is going to be something you're going to emphasize a lot. Then over here on the front side is going to be your pre-large group time, and on the back is going to be your post-large group time. So this is going to be your apply time, your typical small group time, and again, this is going to be before. So this week, first, second, and third graders are all doing the same thing for the pre-service time. You're going to be playing a sort of game called Duck, Duck, Zoo. And so the idea is that you have kids sit in a circle. You're playing very similar to Duck, Duck, Goose, but you're tapping Duck, 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 and then they say a different animal. For example, if they say Duck, 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 Monkey, then the kids get up. The child that they tapped gets up, runs around the circle, but they all have to act like a monkey. So, ooh, ah, and they have to run around the circle. So that's Duck, Duck, Zoo. It's really simple. That's a great game that you can be playing as kids are still coming in, because of course that's going to be our number one challenge, specifically at 11 o'clock, because we have so many latecomers for whatever reason at that time, but you'll need to include them and engage them into that activity. So we'll try to always have that one where it's something easy that they can slip into. The second activity for that pre-large group time is going to be this creature factory. If you can see around here is all different pieces of an animal, all different kinds. And so solely what they're doing on here is making or creating their own creature. It can be anything, something that they put together from the pieces on here. They can use pieces of other different animals. And so you're just getting them to connect with their creative side, helping them to create something and talk about how God created all of these animals and how He used His imagination to create these things, and we have the opportunity to do that through this activity. On the back side, there is a coloring sheet. If they have time to do that, that's just an extra thing, or if they want to take it home, those are just awesome options. But this is something that goes home with them. Okay, so then we will, after those two activities, we will go to large group, and then after large group, we will come back for the apply part of our lesson. For first grade, one of the things that you guys are going to be focusing on this week, you will have this map in your room. And this map, the idea for this activity is that you're going to have all the kids around the map, and this is a missions point. So you're going to make the connection that people all over the world need to hear about God. And so you're going to kind of just take these different the different countries around the world, take a second to talk about what that looks like. It's explained on your small group sheet. And then each child in the first grade room can have an opportunity. You can have them close their eyes. You can spin them, have them point. You can just have them stand there, point, and point to a different one. Or you can just let them pick the country, whatever they kind of feel comfortable with. But this map is a scratchable map. I do have one for each service, so if we need separate ones, but the idea, I'm going to just show you right here for California, because we don't have to do each individual state necessarily. But the idea is that they scratch off. And so the kids can take the opportunity to scratch it off. So it's an interactive way for them to get involved. This map is going to be super colorful by the end. But the point is, every time they pick a country around the world, take a second and pray for that country. Maybe you want to do 2 and 3 at a time and then pray for them. That's totally fine. You do what you feel is best. But the idea is that you're talking about all these different countries, and then you're going to take a chance, take a moment to pray for them. So please utilize that. I think it'll be fun for the kids to engage and interact with. The other activity for first grade, and this is also for second and third grade, they're going to be making a creation wheel. So let me tell you about that. It comes in 2 pieces. This front page, they can write Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. They can talk. They can just put God's creation. They can decorate this however they want. On the bottom part of the wheel is this day 1 through 7. And so you're going to review what God created on each day. I would do this corporately. On day 1, this is specifically for first grade because that's going to be a little bit more challenging. So have everyone do day 1, have everyone do day 2, have everyone do day 3. That's how I would work this activity. And then this gets placed on here. And you guys, our amazing prep team has pre-done all of the holes, which is amazing. So you'll just put the brad through and you fold it in the back. All right, so then this is ready to go. And so then the kids can talk about what God created on each different day. So I think they'll like this. And so again, this is for all kids, 1st through 3rd grade. And the map is just for first grade. And then second and third graders, your other activity that you'll be focusing on during your small group time is each week you guys are going to dig into the Bible a little bit more. So get the Bibles off the cart, dig in. This week you're looking at Genesis 1, very basic, very simple, and you're really explaining how the Bible is made up. So you're talking about the Bible is one book, but it's made up of 66 individual books. There's an Old Testament and a New Testament to make those up. And then it goes through, and then you're asking them some questions. We want to focus on some Bible skills during this time and then some discussion. And so some of the questions are, if God created everything, who created God? When God spoke, things happen. What does this tell you about his power? And so there's different questions like that. And there's some verses to back those things up. This can generate really great conversation. I know that sometimes it's difficult to have conversations with second grade. Specifically, they're still struggling through, or maybe you have a group that just is a little bit more challenging. But the idea is to get them used to these types of activities more and more. So remember, you are the leader of your group. Try some different things. For example, every once in a while, I do this. I did this last Saturday. I had all of the second and third grade boys on Saturday night. So when we came back from large group, I had them all come and lay on their stomachs in a circle. So all of our heads were together. There was probably 15 of us, and I talked really softly. And I asked them some questions about the lesson. And guess what? They were quiet, and they focused, and they listened. So sometimes it's just mixing it up a little, because just coming back and sitting in your group just doesn't work. Again, we talked about this last week in our training. Feel free to move from your small group space to a different area, specifically at 11 o'clock. That theater is loud. It is hard to have intimate conversations, so feel free to move about. Okay, I just realized I made this video way longer than I had hoped to, so I apologize for that, but thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for listening. I can't wait to start this next journey with you, so I will see you all very soon. Have a great day.